Every financial story teaches something. Today's story begins with Elena Ramirez. Elena had built her bakery from a single folding table at a farmer's market into a real storefront, one order at a time. She trusted numbers. She checked them every night before closing. So when her phone rang and the screen showed her bank's real name, the exact one printed on her checks, she didn't think twice about answering. Elena had just finished a Saturday rush. The ovens were still warm, and she was doing the register count when the call came in. The voice on the line introduced himself as a fraud specialist. He said there was unusual activity on her business account, a wire transfer attempt out of state. Elena's stomach tightened. The store's whole cash flow lived in that account. The caller asked her to confirm her identity for security. First her date of birth, then the 6-digit code that had just been texted to her phone. She almost read it to him. And that's the moment worth pausing on, because it's the single most important thing in this entire story. No legitimate bank will ever ask you to read back a one-time verification code over the phone. That code exists for one reason: to prove a transaction request is actually coming from you. Handing it to a caller hands them exactly what they need to move money out of your account. Elena didn't know that yet. What she knew was that the name on her screen matched the name on her bank statement. Exactly. But something about the pressure in his voice, the way he kept talking over her when she paused to think, made her stop. She told him she'd call back. He warned her that would delay resolving the fraud, that the window to stop the transfer was closing. She hung up anyway. Elena called her bank using the number printed on the back of her debit card, not the number that had just called her, and asked directly about the wire transfer. There was no wire transfer. There was no fraud specialist. The call had never come from her bank at all. What Elena ran into is called caller ID spoofing, a technique that lets scammers display any name and number they want on a victim's screen, including a real bank's official line. The number matching your bank's number is not proof the call is legitimate. It's often the opposite, a sign the caller specifically chose that name to earn trust fast. Elena reported the call to her bank's fraud department and filed a report with the FTC. Her account and her business stayed untouched. The lesson isn't to distrust every call from the bank. It's that verification only works in one direction. You call them back, using a number you already know is real, the back of your card, your statement, the bank's official app, never the number the caller gives you, and never by redialing the number that just called. Elena didn't need any special training to avoid this. She needed one habit: hang up and call back yourself. Financial protection rarely begins with money. It begins with knowledge. I'm Daniel Brooks. This is American Financial Stories. Knowledge is your first line of financial protection.